You know what? I'll tell people to go to TikTok if we go out and they can. Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to another Woods Report.
I'm hoping they don't do that.
I know. So here we go, guys. Let's see if we got.
Oh, let us know if we're buffering, if we're shaking.
Let's let people get in. Let's let them come in. Because I need to know if they can hear us.
We're actually going to have some technical support come, but it won't be till next week.
Yeah, until Tuesday, next week. So until then, it's just me.
We playing by, kind of.
It's me on YouTube looking at what other people did. I literally went in and did what people in foreign countries do with poor Wi-Fi.
And we know a lot of times when we're traveling overseas, it is hard for them to get a connection.
Right. So let's make sure. Hey, Emerald, can you hear us? Is anything freezing?
Mm-hmm. If we're not buffering.
Emerald says, I can hear you. Okay, that's good. So we know we starting off somewhat, but then it always starts off on the top of the hill, and then it goes
like Jack and Jill,
and then it goes downhill. So y'all know already. We're gonna talk about that GOP debate.
That's if y'all watched it. Some people were watching the Trump.
Yeah, and then some people didn't watch none of it because they didn't want to have nothing to do with it.
I had to watch it because I wanted to see how they were all going to respond to the questions, how they were going to behave or misbehave, and then how they were going to handle any question with Trump.
Yeah. If our thing go out or whatever, y'all go on TikTok.
Catch us on TikTok.
But we'll still be on TikTok, but while we're still trying to fix whatever is here. And then we'll log back in under YouTube. Just come off of Streamlab all the way. And yesterday we was on YouTube and it was doing that. It was
acting crazy. Yeah.
So that didn't even help being on YouTube.
It could be my new computer too. My mom's watching minute by minute coverage of Trump going to jail.
She literally one of the people that's watching this.
She is watching on TV. She's saying his plane is going to be landing in a few minutes. My mom. This is reality TV for her.
I told y'all. And this
millions of people.
This trial is the O.J. Simpson trial of 2023. Everybody's going to be watching. The cameras are in the courtroom. From all of them. From Dracula, Giuliani, all the way down. Everybody's going to be watching.
Cameras. People may try to even be there physically. It's just,
So let's see how this go, y'all. Let's see. Let's bring in the people that we talking about.
All of the candidates.
Well, there's some of them. There's some of them.
Oh, there's more?
Well, here.
There's all of them.
Who you got blocked here? Who's blocked?
Fred Flintstone.
Oh, why is he on there? The debate.
This is the debate.
I didn't get mixed up thinking I'm talking about the people that's turning themselves in. I'm like, when did Fred Flintstone get put in there?
Fred Flintstone jumped off that ship real quick.
Right. He would have been in there.
Yeah.
If he would have been still part of their whole thing.
That's right.
So, yeah, y'all. So, let me make this thing bigger, I guess. I don't know. We'll see how this is going, y'all. Let me look hold on for a second. Let me look. I don't want to take any chances. Okay. So, it's still live. It seemed like it's still going, y'all. Emerald says, hey, ladies, I can hear you. No buffering so far. I didn't watch it. I usually wait for you guys to inform me. Thank you. And Kiki says, hey, sisters.
Hey, ladies.
Hey, y'all. All right, y'all. So here's the rundown.
This is the young version of Trump.
This guy that tall, the skinny guy.
How you say his name? Daggone it. If we even have a
Ramaswamy.
How we going to call? We're going to have to say President V. Seriously, President B.
This dude is 38 years old. When he said he was born in 1985, I said, I graduated.
College then.
I graduated. He's old enough to be my son.
Oh my God. He was on fire last night.
Okay, so
we didn't know him, we know him now.
First of all, it started off bad.
Why?
The commentary guy, the two people that are sitting at the table.
Yeah,
he said, let's start off with the elephant not in the room.
Well, he didn't start off with that, though.
No, he said that.
Okay.
He said, let's start with the elephant not in the room.
When they were bringing up the questions now of Trump. Right. They have already started.
And people was booing. It was already a Trump audience.
Slam. He was trying to throw shade.
Yeah. It was a Trump audience.
You can tell.
Trump didn't need to be there.
He did.
Because he had his mega people there. So they did it for him. Although I would say if he had been there, it would have been funnier. Because he would have made it even more funny.
It would have been a waste of time, though, because they, even with the 8 candidates, they didn't have time to even talk to all of them because some of them were very aggressive,
right,
and blurted out, responding to one another, where it didn't even give time for others to even have comments.
Well, people kept saying that it was going to be boring without Trump. So they had to put on a show.
And they did.
Yeah, they put on a show. So Ramaswamy, whatever his name is, he said that if he were elected president, he would not support additional aid to Ukraine and the Russian war.
Cut that out. Mm-hmm.
Now, we know that I think most of the Republicans don't agree with that. They agree that we should do support.
We need to stay strong on foreign affairs.
Except for like the mega people. I think the mega people feel like we sending too much money over there.
Nikki cleared that up. If her facts are true,
if what Nikki Haley said is true,
yes.
She said that America spent only a small percentage of our defense budget,
yes,
to send over to Ukraine,
yes,
and she also said that compared to the other countries,
they sent more.
I
didn't know that.
Now, did somebody fact check that?
There was some things that she said that gave clarity to things that we didn't know, and it's really sad because if that is true, then why isn't that something that Biden is
Biden not saying that? He never talks about
We're
anything.
sending more money to Ukraine, but just so you guys know, other countries are sending more. That's good to know.
Biden is weak.
I don't
He's
know.
a weak man.
We have
he deserved to be vice president, not president. He could never.
I don't know. I don't even know right now. Looking at these candidates, I know my sister and I, we're not for a certain party.
I don't vote either party. I'm independent.
We're very independent. Like Sarah on The View.
Right.
We vote for for
who we like.
When things are going on in our lives, it has to be related to what it touches us.
Right.
And who's doing a better job of getting that fixed or whatever. But go ahead.
Well, anyway, so he says U.S. support of Ukraine is disastrous, he said, and resources going there should instead be used domestically. I've always said that. I've always said we sending too much money to Ukraine. Mm-hmm. I know what Nikki Haley said as far as this is the last frontier for Putin. If he takes this, he'll take Poland and he'll take all this other stuff. The bottom line is he was supposed to already have Ukraine. Ukraine belonged to Russia. And then she said, then you'll turn around and support China taking Taiwan, which it belonged to.
Which would happen,
So the bottom line is, I don't think people would mind so much, Nikki Haley, if people weren't sleeping on the streets and we had a border problem, we had millions of migrants coming over, and you having them sleep in the police stations, and people don't mind you giving money. It's almost like you giving money to an organization. Why would you give money to an organization and your house is poor? People would say your kids are starving and you giving money to organizations. That's how people would look at it.
As quick as we saw money go to Ukraine, we need to see fast results with our border situation. I think people would be comfortable.
People would be comfortable, but we don't want to see all this going on in our country, and you sending billions of dollars to Ukraine. And in the hopes, here's the thing, when does it end? Because what's the purpose? What y'all doing? Y'all trying to keep Putin from taking Russia, right? So are we going to say this is forever? Because he's going to always try to get Ukraine.
Well, there was pros and cons with that, because there were some GOP debaters that agreed with I'm going to say what's his name? Ramaswamy. DeSantis pretty much said,
he gonna want it. Yeah, he's
actually gonna be forceful. He's gonna be physical.
He said he'll stop it
and hurt the people
Trump. Well, you talking about the border?
The border.
Trump said that he will stop money going to Ukraine. Of course.
Well, we know that.
That's his friend is his friend is Putin,
and China's his buddy.
But the bottom line is, the purpose of them saying they don't want a stronger Russia is dumb. You don't want a stronger China. China is your problem, not Russia.
They've all been saying
and I don't understand why they keep focusing on Russia. Russia's not your problem.
One of the guys, what's his name? We don't really know his name. He was like the lower end of the guys running.
The one that was stale, that was talking like
he kept saying China.
It's China, not Russia.
Yep, Anna was saying that on The View.
Yes.
China, keep our eyes on China.
They own most of our country.
They got ties with Russia.
And Africa. They own a lot of Africa.
So foreign affairs, you're going to probably have some mixed views on it and how we're handling it.
Yeah.
But I think the main concern is that our borders are taken care of and not dismiss one to put strength to the other. You can do both.
Yeah.
Which Nikki Haley said and Christie and all of them.
You can. But we don't see you.
Don't feel like you
We don't see you doing both.
Ramaswamy is saying only our borders.
Then they got back and forth. And he basically was trying to overtalk her. She held her own. I thought, in my opinion, she
came
won.
out on top.
I felt like Nikki Haley won the debate. Y'all could comment down below.
Ramaswamy probably did.
Ramaswamy won in knowing who he is.
Yeah.
Most people didn't know who he was.
Right.
That debate lets you know who he is.
And how closely associated he is
and how
with
much
Trump.
he's a mega person.
Exactly.
He's pushing to be vice president or on the cabinet. He's not pushing to win. You can tell.
For him to even ask Pence straight out, when you make it if you become president, would you pardon?
Yeah, they asked
Trump?
that.
I would.
Yeah,
I would.
He was the first one to raise his hand.
Really?
So he's a Trumpster.
Yeah, he is.
And we all know why he's there. Yeah. But when he got in his heated exchange with Nikki Haley over Ukraine or whatever, foreign policy, she overtalked him, which I'm glad she did. Mm-hmm. And she said, "You are inexperienced," and it shows. So, but with the same token, Nikki,
Trump
didn't know anything either.
He didn't even know that Puerto Rico is part of the United States.
I mean, obviously, foreign affairs.
We don't even have to go foreign affairs with him. It's in the country. He don't even know.
So that's obviously not a selling point for you for the Republican Party.
Yeah,
because Trump is still over 50%.
Exactly.
And he doesn't know foreign affairs.
Right.
And he was president for 4 years and he still don't know foreign affairs.
Thank you.
So we all know that it's a figurehead. Mm-hmm. That's all that the president is, really. Mm-hmm. Which goes to Christie. He was pretty good as far as his whole thing about
his
Trump.
Whole purpose of being on that stage.
And saying to the Republican Party, I'm paraphrasing, when are we going to start it's not whether you believe he's innocent or guilty.
Right.
He doesn't look good.
Right.
And Nikki kind of said the same thing. She said he's not going to be elected in the general public.
How long are we going to keep condoning this behavior as well?
But the point is, Republicans, that's why I'm not Republican, because they're morons. Democrats are morons. All y'all party people are ridiculous. You are going to put 50% on a man who is not going to win the general election.
They don't care. They think he will.
So your purpose is to push him. You could push any of them other ones, the other ones that's on that stage.
They don't like to.
They will beat Biden.
They don't think about that.
You got to think about us. Mm-hmm. We're independent voters. Mm-hmm. I'm an independent voter.
Yeah.
I don't belong to any party. Mm-hmm. We are the people who are going to decide this presidential race. The Democrats are going to vote for Biden. It doesn't matter what he does. He can trip over a sandbag tomorrow and fall and bust his nose open. They'll vote for him with a busted nose. It doesn't matter. He can have tubes all in him in the hospital.
They even ask about his age.
It doesn't matter.
Was that a concern?
It doesn't matter.
And they all didn't say nothing.
They're not supporting Kennedy. They're not supporting anybody else.
Right.
They're supporting Biden.
But we got to understand, too, mega lovers.
Yes.
They don't care.
They don't care.
That they don't see the picture. They don't see the situation that may happen.
Well, that's the Republicans. I was saying the Democrats will support Biden regardless. The Republicans, you're right. It doesn't matter what Trump does. It doesn't matter. He can go in today like he's supposed to and do his mugshot, which everybody's waiting on. Mm-hmm. They're going to put it on T-shirts and they're going to sell it. And he's going to make a lot of money to help pay for his defense. Mm-hmm. He doesn't care. They don't care. So because of that, you guys have to start looking at the independents like us. Who are we voting for? I can tell you now, if it's Trump and Biden, I'm not voting for Trump. Anybody else other than probably DeSantis on that stage, I would probably vote for over Biden.
I told my sister out of the 9, who came out stronger to me, where I got to know them a little better, understand their platform, and even like how they answered them, how they answered, was Nikki Haley.
I like Nikki Haley.
I was actually surprised.
I like Nikki Haley. If she was up against Biden, she would win. Hands down. Nikki Haley would win.
Because she won. To me, she was good in the debate.
I liked her answer about abortion.
Yeah.
She said, Republicans, we have to be realistic.
Thank you.
You're not going to get these 6-week or 5-week bans on abortion. You're not going to get no abortion nationally.
Right.
It's not going to happen.
And DeSantis is 6 weeks, right?
Yeah, he's
not budging.
Why don't we she said, let's meet somewhere on the things that we agree. Let's vote on the things we agree on. Right. And then we'll go from there. And she seems more logical.
She made it clear on some things that are being held back because of the Republicans.
Right.
She's made a comment about
they made the interest rate.
You guys can all get in there as the president, but understand we're not strong in the Senate right now.
Yep.
So it don't matter.
Yep.
She was bringing light to things that we've always been wondering.
It matters who's in the Senate and who's in the Congress.
Gosh.
Those are the ones that's deciding what's going to happen.
She made better sense.
That other guy who was
which one?
On the end next to Christie. He didn't like Trump either.
Right. He and Chris Christie did not raise their hand to the question of you all sign an agreement. Whoever is Republican Party, whoever wins for the Republican, what is the word?
Nominee.
You said
Hutchinson.
Thanks, Mom.
Well, you sign it where you're going to support whoever does win. Christie and Hutchinson did not raise their hand.
During this debate, there was another thing on, which was Trump and what's his name?
Hannity.
Tucker
Carlson
on X, Twitter, formerly known as Twitter, X. And Trump only dogged out Christie and Hutchinson. He only dogged out the two people that don't like that.
That's right.
He called Hutchinson a girl name. And Tucker Carlson asked him, why you call him that? And Trump said, I would tell you, but I'll get in trouble. He's a moron. He don't think we can look up and see why you called him a girl name. Apparently, this governor passed a transgender bill in his state that was kind of like pro-transgender, like don't discriminate against them kind of bill.
Exactly.
So I guess Trump is calling him a girl.
But Trump needs to be clear on how he feels about that.
He just told you he called him a girl.
That doesn't come out strong because his mega people don't agree with it.
Right.
So he has to tread lightly as well.
Yeah.
Because not only will he'll just get his mega supporters, he won't get anybody else who is independent on that.
Yeah.
Not very conservative. And even Tim Scott made a little stupid snide remark about male gender, the body you're born in.
Tim Scott said 18 times that he is a he had a single mom.
I'm born with
no one cares with your ugly teeth.
Oh.
I have bad teeth, but God darn it. I'm not running for president of the United States.
He got money. He's a senator, right?
Tim Scott is so ugly. If for that, I don't want to vote for you just because you ugly.
And giving honor to my Lord Savior Jesus Christ, he and Pence.
And yes, you can say that is a stupid reason not to vote for somebody. I don't want to vote for him. He's ugly. He's bald-headed. Maybe if he was a cool dude, I wouldn't see the ugliness so much.
He was handsome.
But or not even handsome. Look the way he did, but wasn't stale.
Oh, I don't even know.
He's stale. I don't want a stale black man in the office. Sorry.
Now we know Christie got,
and I don't like him making digs at transgender.
Yeah,
what purpose was that?
Well, giving honor to his Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but
he has to always be clear that his conservative values, as far as his Christian values, He has to be careful with that.
Pence did my Lord and Savior, but he didn't say anything about transgenders.
No, he didn't.
That's what I'm saying. What was that dig for?
Use some wisdom, black man.
He was trying to use a tagline. Now that's the one thing that Ramaswamy guy said. Yes. All of you guys come here with your little taglines
and puppets.
You're like puppets. You bought by somebody. Yeah. Who owns you? Who's writing your speech tonight?
He's a Trumpster for sure. Yeah, he even talks like it.
That's why people like Trump. They like him because he doesn't sit and think about what somebody told him to say. Is he saying the right thing? Is he going the right way?
Let me answer that. No. He said my name. Let me get back to you.
But
he's in it.
But that's really not true because Trump really plays to his mega people. So he really is playing to his crowd.
Okay.
It's just that people like to think that he's this free ball, free willing type of guy. He's just a moron. That's why he says what's on his head.
Thank you.
Because he doesn't have a filter.
He's a businessman like Trump.
Well, this guy is a businessman. This Ramaswamy.
That's what I just said. Oh, yeah. He's a businessman like Trump.
38 years old.
Now, the one thing I can say about this GOP debate, I'm looking at Pence going, where did you get a backbone?
Yeah, he was all mean then. Or tonight, or that night, he was talking, boy.
Why didn't you have that when you was vice president with Trump?
I did the right thing. Let me tell you something. Is there anybody on here gonna dare say, I'll come box you? If you think I didn't do the right. He was tough last night. You wasn't tough when they was getting ready to climb the Capitol and chop your head off.
Cutting off Ramaswamy when he talked, and they was back and forth and back and forth at each other. And I'm like, Pence, where did this little energy come from?
Thank you.
That's what we wanted to see, man.
Thank you.
You didn't have it.
What's his name? Her name, Alyssa, who's on The View now. Mm-hmm. She used to work for Pence.
Right.
She was on the show that night, and they asked her, what's with this new Mike Pence?
Yeah.
She said knowing him, she thinks Ramaswamy got under his. He was angry at Ramaswamy.
You should have said, since you was referencing things to the Bible, you could have said, Ramaswamy, you're like a thorn in my flesh. Get thee behind me.
Now, Christie did say, which I think is, I thought it was racist, but he didn't say black.
Okay.
He said the last time we saw a young, tall, skinny guy with a weird name, we saw how that turned out.
Right.
You talking about Obama?
Weird name.
Who you talking about? Obama?
Who he was referencing.
So that's who you talking about. Weird name.
And that's
racist.
And he was saying also,
you big fat Flintstone. That's why I don't like Christie.
You know what?
Even though he's after Trump, I never liked him. He didn't go after Trump until Trump kicked him out of the game. It's like the Little Rascals. What's the fat one? The Spanky. It's like Spanky getting kicked out of the Little Rascals, and now he wants to go after Alfalfa and everybody else.
What does it mean when you stand for a cause and you're trying to be consistent? So if somebody makes a racist comment, like when they were doing with Obama, and you like, no, that's wrong. You shouldn't be saying that, because he does have experience. He may not have been in the Senate for 15 years, whatever. His name is this. He's from America. He's born in America. Quit saying he's foreign or whatever. And they may say some racist things. But when it's in a situation where you like, I don't like him.
Yeah.
And they are racist still, using same references that they did with Obama. Like my sister said, are people okay with it because they don't like Ramaswamy?
He did not have to say a weird name.
Okay.
He could have said, the last time we saw a young, tall guy with no experience, we saw what happened there. And we would have known you still was talking about Obama.
He does have a weird name, Ramaswamy.
Yes.
And he could actually reference Ramaswamy.
And why do you think that his name is weird? Because you think it's weird. What's your real name? Some of y'all change y'all names. When y'all come, y'all family changed your name.
His name.
Thank you.
Trump is not original born with.
Some of y'all are Polish and all this other Stauskowski and all this that are Jewish, and they changed their names. So yes, fat boy, Flintstone. But a couple of people up there on that stage could have had weird names.
But that's what I was saying. Is that a big deal? Because he made that reference from about Obama. and he's a person of color,
I don't like
with
it.
the weird name, you still being consistent saying, even Christie, even though I don't like Ramaswamy or not really concerned with him, you still shouldn't have said that racist comment.
All right, so let's go. A few other things. Back to the abortion thing. I did like how Nikki Haley said, "Don't demonize women." It's like Republicans get into this whole thing, or not Republicans, pro-lifers, because pro-lifers on both sides.
That's true.
Get into this thing of demonizing women who have abortions. You're not going to win over people like that. It's supposed to be compassion. If you don't agree with somebody having an abortion, you're supposed to have compassion. You don't demonize somebody and make them, oh, you just a murderer. Oh, you this. Oh, you that.
You brought up,
make it more humanistic, more humanizing it.
You brought up a good point, and I never think about it because there's so many situations where the abortion law is used to cover the woman and the health of the child and the health of the woman.
They made a comment about late-term abortions.
Yes.
You do understand that it's not late-term abortion or somebody walking in and saying, I don't want to have my child.
Take it.
Y'all act like somebody can walk in at 9 months and be like, oh, I don't want to be pregnant no more, so I want to have an abortion. That's not the case. It's the life of the mom or the child. There's women that have children.
Away in the womb.
There's women who have stillborns. There's women who have children who all their organs is on the outside of their body.
Lord Jesus.
Outside their body.
Yes.
There's women that have babies that are being born or in the 9th month who have the heart is gone or the lungs, the kidneys are totally dissolved or not there. You can have the baby, it'll be born, but it will die immediately.
Exactly. So
rather than traumatize the mom and the child, they may inject or something and put the child out of its misery.
Right.
So it's not a one blanket thing,
right,
which is one of the reasons why I like Nikki Haley. Let's talk about it.
Yes.
What reason
do a blanket statement over every single situation?
Yes. But what are you trying to have this for? Let's talk about it and let's put some laws in order to protect that. But I agree with her. You're not going to walk in at 8 and 9 months and say, I don't want a baby. Exactly. And then they gonna cut it out.
Right.
No, I don't believe it. I don't agree with that either.
But you know what is happening aside from that? And we've recently had it happen in our community, not in our community, well, maybe in our community, because it was near Chicago. 2 women in the last 6 months gave birth to a baby. One was in the garbage.
Oh, yeah.
And one was left somewhere. I don't know where. You know, they can go to the fire department. They can go anywhere and leave the child. Garbage, baby breathing, kicking. Garbage. So it's like, okay, who's to say, I'm not going to abort. I'm not going to abort. I'm going to have it. And I'm just going to get rid of it once I have it. So you are dealing with a lot of issues.
So you got to talk about that.
Yes.
And I agree with them. You need to talk about adoption.
Yeah.
You need to talk about other things. Don't just push. You want to sit and say pro-life, and then once the person has the child, you're done. You just have a sign up that says pro-life. And then once the child is born, are you going to follow that mom throughout their life? Are you going to make sure that everything is good, or the mom is working and there's mental health issues addressed, or she's able to send it to an adoption agency? And they not just sitting there in an adoption agency with 300-500 kids.
And a lot of people are going out of the country to adopt because of the rules that we have.
So look at all of it. So that part, I agree with her. Again, I thought she made the most sense on the stage.
Yeah, she did.
What's his name? The second one in the row. The one that's second, Florida. DeSantis sound like a robot.
He is.
I'm going to send Joe Biden back to the basement.
That man.
I'm going to send Joe Biden back to the basement.
And always, I'm thinking, you guys, you can sit here and think about it. All the debates that we can think of. Has there ever been a debate where the host, the people asking the questions, has had full control over the people on the stage, people in the audience? Because these 2 people sure didn't, because they would talk over each other. Pence would do a lot of holler outs. The lady said, hold on, Vice President Pence. We haven't heard from so-and-so.
Exactly.
Hold on, Ramaswamy. You've already made a comment. We need him to, they had to do, they was like this at an airport. And then they had to turn around because the audience was booing so long that Christie couldn't finish his comment.
Anything that you said that was negative against Trump, you got booed.
And they turned around and said, if you continue this, we're not going to get through this debate. So he pretty much was scolding the audience, shut up.
And Pence, he pretty much says the same thing Trump said, but he says that we did it. Trump says he did it, and Pence said we did it. We are the ones that got more troops to come to the Mexican border.
There we go.
We are the ones who did close whatever the COVID thing. So he's we, and Trump is me.
That's so that narcissist.
And the thing that helped Pence is that Trump wasn't there. Because if Trump was there, he would say, Mike, you wasn't even in the room when I told that man to go get more troops.
You would have shot him down.
You was at home with mother.
Be glad that the elephant that was in the room was not in the room.
Right. So I thought that was funny. All of them went after Ramaswamy with now is not the time for on-the-job training.
Exactly.
You're too young. You're too inexperienced. You don't know anything. And Ramaswamy's kickback was, that's the problem. Which in a way he's right.
New generation.
All we have is you guys who are seasoned politicians, and look what shape the country's in. Maybe you need some new blood in there and someone to get in there and kick up the thing.
That's true.
But my thing is, I'm not looking for you to be that one to come in and kick up the thing.
He had some good points here and there. They all had some in some ways. Who had the majority were saying was Nikki, in our opinion. And we knew where Christie was coming from. His whole purpose being on that stage was to say, hey, you guys, come on. We can't keep supporting Trump. What's wrong with y'all?
Christie he was very clear, even though he was robotic. What I did in Florida, I want to do national.
No, you mean DeSantis.
I mean DeSantis. What I did in Florida, I want to do across the country. And that's why you won't win.
Yeah.
Because no one wants you banning books across the country.
Yeah.
No one wants your national ban on abortion, which he never quite said it would.
8 weeks or 6 weeks?
6 weeks. No one wants you. He even made a point to say he fired the attorney generals and the district attorneys that didn't follow, that did kind of what they wanted and not follow the law the way he thinks they
clear.
should.
He did that.
And he said he'll do it all the way across the board. So no one's going to, you're not going to win this.
He's too extreme.
You're too extreme.
He's too extreme.
And general election, you won't win. You won't win. In my opinion, the best person is Nikki Haley. The second one would be Ramaswamy.
Yep.
Because Ramaswamy is going to pull that mega crowd with him, and he's going to get the young people to vote for him. Because they don't like any of y'all. They're going to vote just to get y'all out of here and put him in office.
Now, I told my sister, I said, one problem he may have, and if he overcomes it, our country, and we all know this, the history of racism is still in this country.
He's too dark.
There's still racist people that see him as a man of color and probably wouldn't vote for him.
Yes.
Even if it would literally probably have to take Trump endorsing him. But he's running against
Trump. Will endorse him because last night he raised his hand and said he would pardon Trump.
Okay. So he's going to be
by him doing that, by him raising his hand and saying, if I'm elected, I will pardon Trump. There is no way in the world Trump will not endorse him.
Thank you.
If he can't run, if that 14th Amendment thing comes up and Trump is out, he is going to put all his backing behind Ramaswamy and Ramaswamy. And just like he did Wolfman Herschel Walker. And there was a lot of people in Georgia who probably don't even like black people who fixed their hand to vote for Herschel Walker because Trump told them to.
Because Trump told them.
These people will follow him off a mountain in a cliff. So if he said, I know he's goofy, I know he's dark, I know he has a weird name, I know he reminds you of Obama, but the man, for God's sake, said he would pardon me. I need that. I need somebody to pardon me and get me away from Fannie Wilson.
My friend.
Yes.
Yes.
Valencia Brooks said, yes, I thought it was racist comparing him to Obama. Thank you. When Christie did that.
Yeah.
So say it has a weird name. That was the racist part.
And they've always said that. So we knew that was coming because Ramaswamy has a different name.
On the flip side, if I watched some of the stuff from Trump, he said Christie needs to stay off the beach.
You know what?
This was the dumbest interview in the world of interviews.
He's always cracking on his weight. That's all he got. What else can he crack on?
Well, he cracked on his weight. And he was like, he even said himself, like, I'm paraphrasing, I'm not a model, but for goodness sakes, stay off the beach in shorts.
Oh my goodness. Okay. That's all you got to say, comb over.
He talks about Christie all the time.
So we're going to see how this flows because they have another debate in September.
Yeah, we'll see how that. Let's see who falls out. Definitely that guy the two guys on the end, and the other guy needs to fall out.
Yeah. Maybe Tim Scott.
Scott needs to get out of here, but he's raising money so he can run for or what is he? Senator.
Mm-hmm.
What is he? Senator.
I think
he's raising money for that. He's going to use that money for him to run for senator. He knows he don't have a chance in HE22 picks to win for president.
Sometimes they just want to get their name out there.
Sometimes it's to keep your name, keep your face out there,
and to be hopefully invited in his whatever
administrative in his cabinet. All right, well, let's go on. We spent a lot of time on that. Yeah, which I knew we would.
Mm-hmm.
House Republicans open a probe into Fani Willis ahead of Trump's surrender. We talked about this, guys. We talked about Trump. Thanks for saying something, because normally you just sit there and don't say nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for being part of the show. Where I don't have to be like, let me think about what to do next. And
usually you don't like me.
And then she'll say, well, I didn't know if you wanted me to say anything.
No. Usually you don't like me to cut in because that'll knock you off of what you were saying.
But if it's changing the picture.
I had to go with both.
Thank you.
Chances. I have to take my chance.
I don't like when I'm saying something, you come in with something totally different. Hey, you want a steak for dinner? What?
It usually be related to this show.
Well, House Republicans open a probe into Fani Willis ahead of Trump's surrender. We talked about this, y'all. We talked about Trump saying that she was a thug and that she was dating a thug.
She used to date one.
And that she is using her office to lock up thugs. Mm-hmm. I thought I answered this before. Mm-hmm. What in the world does that have to do with you and your case and you trying to fix the election in Georgia?
He's coming
absolutely nothing.
Anybody that comes at him, he's coming after them.
It has something to do with Young Thug's case.
Yes.
I totally agree with you on that. Mm-hmm. If I was Young Thug, yes. Do a probe on her. She was dating this Negro, was in a gangs opposite of me. Mm-hmm. And now all of a sudden, she coming after my gang. Mm-hmm. YSL. Mm-hmm. So yes,
clean. Her house ain't clean. Her house
and
ain't clean.
Friends with a mother of one of a slain gang member. Mm-hmm. She also was on the other side, where she was a defense attorney for members of my gang.
Because you think about it, when people are coming at you and you are messy,
yes,
and you don't really have a leg to stand on, what's your next defense?
Yes,
is to come after.
Now, the only reason why I like Fani or whatever how they say her name, Fani, I think, is because she's she's not afraid to come after people. Mm-hmm. I love that about her. Mm-hmm. Do I think that her hands is clean and all the streets is talking and all that? It could be true. And to me, that does jeopardize her case with Young Thug. Mm. It does not jeopardize her case with Donald Trump.
Right.
So Republicans, again,
he'll try to use it though.
You're spinning your wheels.
No, you know what it is? They'll try to use, if she's messy in that case, that disqualifies her to even come after him. Because he's trying to throw darts and try to pull skeletons out. He's trying to do what he can to threaten her, to make her scared, and to sit her down, to find any kind of dirt on her.
The Republican-led House Judiciary Committee opened an investigation into Fulton County's District Attorney, Fani Willis, Thursday over whether her prosecution of former President Trump is politically motivated. Driving the news in a letter to Willis announcing the probe, Judiciary Committee Chair Jim Jordan, he's so stupid, Republican of Ohio, asked Willis to turn over a series of documents to the committee by September 7th. And you know what she could tell you? Blow it out of your ear. I'm not turning nothing over to you. You want to do an investigation on me? You go ahead and do it. Mm-hmm. I'm not helping you in your investigation, you big dummy. And then the other thing, tread lightly, Mr. Judiciary Committee, because if we get any hint that y'all coming after a black woman and you trying to destroy her, when you ain't went after no other district attorney, you ain't went after no other person but her, please believe, if you think that Trump is going to have problems in Atlanta coming to court every day, try upsetting some Negroes in Atlanta.
Thank you.
Thinking that y'all after somebody who didn't got drug dealers and everybody off the street.
She ain't playing.
She don't care.
They're trying to scare her. I think they're trying to intimidate her.
If she didn't get intimidated by YSL, please believe she ain't gonna be intimidated by you.
What? I think about this. I think about the black woman. I'm tired.
Always the end of the pole.
I'm not talking about Tim Scott's mom. Okay, good for you, Tim Scott's mom, single mom. There's a lot of single women out there. But I think about black women through all the years, even from slavery, how we even came through as moms whose kids have been taken away from.
Yes.
Mothers who may have lost the husbands and the fathers and whatever. We clean homes, raised other families aside from our families. And you're going to mess with the strength of a black woman.
Oh.
A black woman.
You making it worse.
You making it worse.
It says your indictment, this is the letter to them. Your indictment and prosecution implicates substantial federal interests, and the circumstances surrounding your actions raise serious concerns about whether they are politically motivated, Jordan wrote in the letter. Jordan added that it was noteworthy that Willis had launched a re-election website that highlighted her investigation of Trump prior to announcing the indictment. Yeah, I'm indicting a former president of the United States. Yeah, that's going on my website. That's a bullet point that I'm taking down comb over, and him threatening not only the two black women in my state, causing their lives misery, but also hiring electors, lying about who your vote, and then trying to mess with the machines. Yeah, I'm putting that on my website. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm doing it. Okay. I'm doing that. I can see her saying that. Is that the paper you want me to send to you? Yeah. You want me to send you a screenshot of my website? Oh, yes, gosh. I'm doing that.
Okay.
You want to add anything else, Jordan? While you saying anything else she did? An Atlanta grand jury last week issued a 41-count indictment against Trump and 18 co-defendants. And then I heard, Dracula, Giuliani, when he came out and was speaking after he took his mugshot. And he was mad in his mugshot.
That's what that mugshot's supposed to be like that. Do
y'all think Trump is going to smile or be mad in his mugshot?
I don't know. I don't think he's going to smile. He may have a smirk. Yeah, like, I'm tired. I could be out playing golf.
Giuliani, Dracula Giuliani, when he came out, said he don't even know the people that's on the 18 co-defendants. You perfected the RICO charge, you big dummy.
That was your idea.
That's your idea.
Yeah, it may be.
We don't have to know each other. I was the guy who was driving on the laundry thing.
Thank you.
And even though you had bodies stuffed in the back of the truck, I didn't stuff the bodies in the back of the truck.
Perfected
I was just the guy driving.
The whole RICO process where the top mafia guy could be still connected to the laundry driver.
He don't know the laundry driver. He don't know the guy who put the guy with the cement shoes. You think that the head Gotti guy knows the guy who fitted the guy with the cement shoes?
It used to happen in the past. I don't know him. I don't know this guy.
I don't know that guy who owns that Italian restaurant who lets all the mobs people eat there for free. It doesn't matter. You've perfected it.
It's coming back on you, mister.
And just like you did for gangs, because you wanted to clean up New York City.
Yes.
From the gangs. The gang member boss, he don't know all the guys that's on the corner selling drugs.
Why would you know the little people?
Yeah.
Those are little
people. For you to come out, Dracula, and say you don't know all the 18 people, means nothing.
But we thank
you. You know him now, don't you? Because y'all got the same headshot.
Thank you. We thank you for your contribution to our laws and how things are being perfected.
Yes.
Thank you, Giuliani.
Republicans opened the investigation into Willis hours before Trump's planned surrender to authorities at the Fulton County Jail. Fulton County District Attorney's Office spokesperson said Thursday in the response to the inquiry about the House probe, we're declining to comment on that. It's not even worth. Fannie got other gangbanger. I would actually, to be honest with you, that makes it worse for you. I'd be more afraid of her.
Why?
That means she about that life.
Ooh. But that's why
I'll be more afraid of her because that means that she is about that life.
That's what I was trying to say. In their head, this is my opinion, they are probably thinking any dirt I can get on her.
Right.
If she slipped, if she did something illegal, if she said something, we're going to use that to get her. She's a bulldog on him. He's trying to get her off of him. She biting. She coming at us too close.
And they got this little crowd of Trump supporters in Atlanta. See, they don't come to Atlanta. If this was somewhere else, they'd be there. They tread real lightly coming up in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I just thought that
there's certain cities you need to really be careful of mega.
And then the last part of our Trump Open, Trump replaces his Georgia lawyer ahead of his surrender.
For another lawyer now?
This lawyer, former President Donald Trump, has replaced his top Georgia lawyer ahead of his surrender Thursday in replacing Drew Finley with Stephen Sato, an Atlanta-based attorney whose website profile describes him as a special counsel.
Change photo.
Oh, you changed? You did another one?
There's a photo of him.
Oh, okay.
His new lawyer, right?
All right. Look at Lenore. All right. Look at Lenore. All high tech. All right. In replacing Drew Feinling with Stephen Sato, an Atlanta-based attorney whose website profile describes him as special counsel for white-collar and high-profile defense, Trump is adding an attorney who has previously challenged the state's RICO law, under which Trump has 18 co-defendants. Now, you challenged this is the old attorney picture. You challenged
the new one. Okay.
You challenged the RICO, but did you win? Last I heard, I think he won one part of something. She has RICO on everybody. She didn't RICO the teachers and everybody. Teachers, all this.
Because she did go after the school district.
Yeah, the school district.
She won that one.
She's RICO'd a lot. So maybe he wanted to change. He wanted to get somebody who's used to going up against Fannie, which was smart. First thing that a moron did that was smart. Other thing that people think reason why he got rid of this guy, Shinley, was because every time he would go on the media outlets, they would ask him, do you think Trump did anything to mess up the case? Do you think that do you think that he interfered with the election? He never answered the question. He said, I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to his defense.
But he's right, though, as far as not answering, because as a defense lawyer, you don't have to believe that they did or didn't do it.
But it hurts the defendant if your attorney doesn't say. If I'm hiring an attorney and I hire you out there and you're my defense attorney and somebody asks you, aside from all the defense stuff, do you think Kim did it? I want to hear the answer no. I don't think she did it. And I'm also going to defend and make sure the jury thinks she didn't do it.
I don't know. I watched so much Law and Order.
What do you think? Even though that's
it was
not real.
one. No, they actually do it off of cases that are out there.
Okay.
So they don't just make up.
And what did they say?
But one of the episodes, in fact, the guy they were getting ready to defend, this lady was getting ready to defend him. He was a serial killer. And so he hurted a lot of women. And this particular woman, they were going to prove it. And the defense lawyer was scared of him. And the other side asked, she said, she said, I really don't want to defend him. Why? She said, he just creeps me out.
See?
And he made her nervous. So she probably felt that he did do it. So his next lawyer said, I don't have to believe he didn't do it.
Thank you.
I'm just getting it's. In fact, the way he answered was everybody deserves a chance to be defended. That's what he said.
Right.
He didn't say yay or nay. He said everyone has a chance to be there innocent to proven guilty, and he was going to prove this man got off, because they'll try to mess with the case and go, oh, he didn't fill out the report right. Or his glove, he tampered with the evidence. In back of their head, they know the person did it. They know the person did it. So to your point, he probably didn't have to answer.
But I'm saying that Trump probably don't want somebody that's not answering.
Well, he can't. He wants somebody to lie for him.
He wants somebody who probably believes he really didn't have anything to do with whatever. Okay. And they said this guy, his old attorney, is a kind of honest type of guy. So they said he's not going to get up and do that.
Honest kind of guy. That's why I thought the mafia lawyers would be okay.
They fine, but you got to have somebody in Georgia. So he had to have a Georgia
state.
So this new guy says, I have been retained to represent President Trump in Fulton County, Georgia case. The president should never have been indicted. He is innocent of all charges brought against him. See, Sadow said in a statement, we look forward to the case being dismissed, or if necessary, on an unbiased, open-minded jury finding the president not guilty. Prosecutions intended to advance or serve the ambitions and careers of the political opponents on the presidents have no place in our justice system. So he probably is the reason why the Judiciary Committee is doing a thing against Fannie, saying that she's doing it because she wants to win. She's using it for political gain more than coming after the truth. It's not gonna happen. And the reason why they're going after this one so much, because the federal one, if Trump wins, he can pardon himself or somebody can pardon him. Okay. On this case, the state case, he can't do anything. That's why they are nervous about this one. This is the case that makes them nervous. Okay. Not the FBI case. Okay. This one, because they can't get out of it. Valencia said, Emerald said, Kim, you fuss when she says stuff, laugh out loud. Yeah. When you come in and say stuff all the time.
Usually when I say something, I'm afraid to say it, even if it's related to the whole filming, because she'll say, you cut me into what I was saying. I don't even remember what I was saying now. I'm like, okay.
Shadow also represented, now this new attorney that's representing Trump is Gunna's attorney, the rapper Gunna. Okay, in a separate RICO case. I find that extremely interesting. Let me tell you why. Gunna in my opinion, got off. And some people believe by snitching.
He told on some people.
Now, does that mean that Trump is going to do a plea deal?
Who would he tell on? He's the main guy. He told on himself. If everybody is doing everything because of him.
The problem that this guy has with Trump is that in Fannie's mind, Trump is Young Thug. He's not Gunna. He's the main one she's after. Right. She ain't taking no plea deal. She not taking no plea deal.
But I don't think he could do a plea deal.
He can, I guess.
I don't even know. He's at the top. He's the RICO charge is the head person and anyone underneath him.
It said in December, Gunna was released after reaching a plea deal that resulted in community service.
So this is
the same lawyer that was Gunna's lawyer, the rapper, has now taken on Trump as his client. Very interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. And that means he has a connection to YSL, which is the ones that's saying that Fannie has some connection to gang members. See what I'm saying? Very good. Finally, Trump did something that made sense, moron. Somebody must have got to him. Colleen says, hello, ladies and everyone. Hey, Colleen.
Hey.
All right. Move on.
Yeah.
That's it, y'all. For the Republicans and Trump.
Main story, yeah. Okay.
All right, what time is it?
Almost 7. I mean, almost 8. Almost 7, I'm sorry.
Wait a minute, what? I had Antonio Brown in there, though.
I know, I'm saying get to your main one.
Okay, so Antonio Brown is in the news again. Arrest warrant issued for former Buccaneers Super Bowl champion Antonio Brown. This is the one that took his shirt off when he
ran off the field.
Yeah, ran off the field.
That's when he was with Tom Brady.
This is the one that Buccaneers. This is the one that is with Kanye West or was with Kanye West. I think he has mental issues. Oh. This is the one we talked about that went after Keisha Cole and said she wasn't nothing.
Oh, he made comments
just a booty call,
her.
but and she got his name tattooed and everything. Okay, what are you looking at?
I'm looking at his face.
Oh, Even though his playing career feels like a distant memory, we continue to see this former Tampa Bay Buccaneer make headlines, but all for the wrong reasons. The sad and very public demise of Antonio Brown continues to unfold. The unfortunate reality for the player, who is widely considered by many to be one of the most talented wide receivers in football history. He's up there with the tops. And one who went on to play a major role in the Buccaneers bringing a second trophy to Tampa in 2020. But as quickly as Antonio Brown burst into the scene as a prolific receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers back in 2011, he stormed off the sidelines with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, remember that, taking his shirt off. Well, they have a warrant out for him. Despite his abrupt exit from the NFL, Brown still manages to find his way into national headlines. Unfortunately, it's never good news. The trend continues with the most recent report that a Florida judge has ordered law enforcement to place Antonio Brown under arrest for unpaid child support.
Oh, my.
According to Miami-Dade County court documents, the ruling was issued on August 9th after Brown failed to make a $15,000 payment to his ex-wife.
And that's an easy thing to do as a pro ball player. This
is the second time this year that Brown has found himself in trouble with the law for unpaid child support. Back in April,
automatic payment.
Back in April, Brown failed to make a required child payment of $30,000. So it seemed like he missing them. It was obviously sad to see someone who was once a bona fide superstar or celebrity athlete have such a steep fall from grace. But that's not nearly as sad as the fact that Antonio Brown, who has made millions of dollars in his career, isn't willing to prioritize the payments to his kids.
He can get an accountant or somebody to help him set up an automatic payment, you knucklehead.
This article is saying, hopefully for the sake of his family, if no one else, this is the last time we hear about Antonio Brown in the news for deplorable behavior.
That's an easy fix. We all sitting here watching this man who is a pro ball player, I'm sure makes very good money, can get an assistant, have his mama, sister, somebody go to the bank, fill out a little deposit form where things is automatically deducted and going into your baby's account.
Think a lot of times
what is wrong with him?
A lot of times when these guys do that, it's more for the mom than the mother.
It don't matter.
They don't like her, and they think she's spending the money on other stuff.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yes.
Go to court if you feel like she's not. Then she has to show how she's spending $15,000 a month on your child.
Yeah.
I don't understand these guys that do that. I'm not going to pay because she's spending the money on nails and hair. Okay, go to court. I agree with you. Go to court. Show. What is she spending her money on? Because the judge is probably going to say she's spending her money on hair and whatever, but she also spends this on groceries. So the child has to eat.
Yeah, clothes.
So we split this up. And
whatever.
That's what they're supposed to do. They go line by line.
Keep it in your pants,
So if you got a problem, go to court. Children. So he has a warrant out for his arrest.
But that's the sad thing about it. Okay, jail if you've done some criminal act or something. You're not paying child support?
Thank you.
That's really a no-brainer.
Thank you.
God.
Justice for All says, don't forget that Trump pardoned some Atlanta rappers. Didn't he pardon Lil Wayne?
Lil Wayne.
That might be where Trump is getting the rumors of Fannie. Yeah. Well, I know he supported, it wasn't Atlanta. I know he supported Kodak Black, who's Florida. And I don't think Lil Wayne is from Louisiana. So none of them are Florida.
But she's saying probably the
But I think he getting the rumors from his new lawyer.
Yeah.
His new lawyer is the same attorney that Gunna had.
Yeah. So he's been against her.
He knows
the playing field.
He knows the playing field. He knows what the streets are saying about her. So of course he's going to take that information to the House of Representatives and say, y'all need to do an investigation on her because I can't go places y'all can as the government. And I'm telling you, she has ties to gang members in Florida, which in my opinion still has nothing to do with Trump's case.
Right.
It has everything to do with Young Thug's case.
The only thing I can think of is that they're trying to find dirt on her.
Exactly.
To get rid of her, sit her down, intimidate her, whatever they can do.
Right.
To shake her up.
Right. Mm-hmm. So that's the end of that one.
And this knucklehead, we just pray that he do the right thing, my brother.
Yeah.
Do the right thing.
And if you have a problem, I understand. Look, we're not going to have a whole show on child support and all of that.
The good and bad.
I do understand that the man, y'all do get a short end of the stick sometimes. Yeah. And I do understand that it flips your boat when you see your baby mama at the casino or something.
Or red bottom shoes.
Wearing red bottom shoes or something. And you working getting your check garnered. She don't need no dang on red bottom shoes.
Did you get my baby some red bottoms?
But if she does have red bottom shoes, that's fine. If she can show the money that you send is your portion of what it takes to take care of that child. That's all. If she shows that your child is going to a private school and it costs, I don't know how much money every month, $3,000-$4,000, and that they have to get this, the school clothes, this, and this, and the food, and they have private lessons.
Receipts. What the Atlanta housewives say. Bring the receipts. Show the receipts.
And it's her portion. Which means that if she has a job, yes, but you want to pay more if you make more.
If there was a lifestyle that they live too.
If there's a lifestyle. What? They supposed to go stay with you in the mansion and then go stay with her in the projects?
Or live with her mama?
No.
See? Okay, my brother.
So, yeah.
But like again, before you move on, that's an easy fix to keep you out of jail.
Go to court.
You got a job to do on the field. Do your job. Gosh. Just set up an auto pay. Go talk to some lawyers. Look at some receipts. You have a discussion.
Yeah.
Ugh.
All right. Antonio Brown.
Go ahead.
Real quick. Subway. Because I keep putting this story up and I never talk about it. Do you know that Subway nears a $9.6 billion sale to Arby's? Arby's is buying Subway.
Oh, my. I didn't think Arby's couldn't afford it. I would think Subway would buy Arby's.
Arby's is bigger.
Oh, my God.
Rope Capital. That's the name of it. And let me tell you why they bigger. You know what? You know who else Arby owns?
Yeah, please tell me. Because I'm thinking a lot of people we know don't go to Arby's.
Rope Capital owns Arby's.
Okay. Buffalo
Wild Wings.
Ooh.
And it's near deal to buy Subway.
Wow.
For $9.6 billion, the Wall Street Journal reported. A deal could be finalized this week, so we'll know by tomorrow or today.
Arby's had that much money.
Subway does not intend to make any further public comment regarding this process until the transaction has been completed.
Who would have thought? You would think it'd be the other way, right? Subway, more popular. Sandwiches are more popular. Arby's? They actually, well, we had another Arby's in our location, and they shut that down.
Yep. Wow. Okay. The next story. Now, Kiki sent us
this link,
an email, and she sent, have you guys heard about the update on Alicia Watts? Do y'all remember we talked about Alicia Watts was missing? This was around the same time with that big nut job. What's her name? Carrie. What's her name? The one
that did the lying about the baby.
Lied about the baby walking on the highway, and she got
and her story covered this Alicia.
So, and they wasn't giving any information to Alicia's family or anything. Her boyfriend was found in the car unresponsive or something, and we all knew it was something he had to do with
foul
it.
Play there.
We couldn't get any answers.
Yeah.
Well, apparently there's an update. After weeks of searching for Montgomery County Sheriff's Office, they found the remains.
Oh, where?
Of Alicia Watts.
Where?
Alicia Watts, 39, was last seen on July 16th. A missing person report was filed on July 19th by Charlotte police in the Moore County residence. The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office was believed to be searching a scene on a cemetery road in Montgomery County early Thursday afternoon. The police department reported that the investigation was no longer a missing persons case. The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office reported that they believe Watts' remains have been located. Montgomery County officials said Watts' boyfriend, James Dunmore, has been taken into custody and arrested for the murder. The sheriff's office said a task force was formed consisting of Charlotte, Mecklenburg Police Department, Montgomery County Sheriff's Office, and Foxfire Police Department, Richmond County Sheriff's Office, and Moore County Sheriff's Office, Anson Sheriff's Office, North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation, and the FBI. Let me go on record to say I'm very proud of our police force. Mm-hmm. We always complain that y'all don't put any emphasis on when Black women are missing, mm-hmm. and to find us. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's true.
And when y'all do it, we need to say thank you.
That's true.
If we say complain in public, we're going to thank you in public.
I know. Thank you.
So thank you.
They found her remains. So they were still looking there.
The investigation is active and ongoing. Thank you. Now let's keep this going. I feel like you put out the full force. I'm happy that y'all did. Y'all didn't just let her become another statistic of a Black woman missing, mm-hmm. that nobody put a lot of energy into. So for that, I'm saying thank you for doing that.
Okay.
Let's see no color going forward. Any woman that is missing, whether she's Black, brown, whatever, polka dot, mm-hmm. y'all put that same energy into finding her.
Right. Any woman.
Or man. Mm-hmm. Anybody. Child, man, mm-hmm. woman, anybody.
Thank you.
2 days after her disappearance, investigators found Watt's vehicle. And that's why I told you that the boyfriend was in there, unresponsive. CBS 17 discovered Dunmore's residence, that's her boyfriend, is the same home in Charlotte where Watts was last seen on July 16. Watts' family showed police searching the home. So thank y'all. Thank y'all for going in and finding out. I hate that she was,
I know.
I hate that happened.
Her remains are found.
At least her family can rest now.
I wonder if they got a good case against the boyfriend. Like, why did they take him in? Or they're just curious.
All right, I'm gonna keep going. This is the latest trend on TikTok, y'all.
Okay.
Let me know if y'all seen this trend.
Don't do that. Why did you do that? 1, 2, 3. Hey. That wasn't very nice.
Why they doing that?
That wasn't very nice.
It's stupid. Everybody got to be on TikTok.
Can I do it?
Say 1, 2.
She don't like that.
Stop it. You ready? Yeah.
See?
I don't like that.
Why they doing that? That's not funny to me.
I don't. Oh, she's crying. See?
That's not funny to me.
They are. So are they waiting to get that response?
They waiting to get the response. So this Black lady did a TikTok for that TikTok. Like, look at this.
All right, Makai, come on. I got it. You gonna help me crack an egg?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Y'all really thought I was gonna crack my son off on top of his head? See, some of y'all parents is real stupid, and I'm gonna go ahead and say that because the parents that are doing this trend and cracking these hard ass eggs on they daggone kids' heads and watching them cry is the reason why your kid's gonna have issues later on in life. I just did it on myself. That didn't feel too good. Imagine these 3, 4, 2-year-old kids that y'all over here cracking eggs over their daggone head for some daggone TikTok prank. Y'all stupid, and I'ma say it. Stop doing this crap. Learn how to be better parents, because this ain't it. Isn't that right, Kaka? Mm-hmm. I have a bruise on my daggone head. Imagine them daggone kids, they stupid ass parents doing that to them. Anyway.
I like that. That was stupid. Why is that a trend now?
Do they not know how hard an egg
is? Hard.
Especially a cold egg. Because I have trouble hitting it even on a table or a bowl. And, okay, for some of the kids who respond, what you doing, Ma? Or the little boy who laughed. You do know your kid, but still, the ones that cried.
Yeah.
Now, you need to watch definitely the ones that hit you back.
So TikTok, y'all see that trend? We on TikTok right here with people cracking the egg over their child's
forehead.
That's stupid.
I don't get it.
And I look up the one, because y'all can't see what they say. Look up the one where the lady says that's stupid.
The Black lady.
It's stupid.
Now, maybe they're thinking like a trend where, you know how people look down in the thing and you squeeze the bottle and the water goes in the face?
I'm just saying, everybody,
an egg on the forehead.
Everybody is doing these trends, and it's getting ridiculous.
Wow.
Emerald says, my heart goes out to her family and may justice be served. Yeah, for Alicia Watts. Alicia. And then for this, she says, I love that the black lady said that she spoke up.
But think about it this way. You got government trying to get in with making rules and laws to raise the kids and not trusting the parents.
No, I don't think your child should be taken away from you.
No. I'm just saying, I don't like the fact that they're not allowing the parents to do their job. But when you keep seeing videos like this, you start to wonder, oh my God, what else are these parents doing?
Right. Well, the thing is that even then, it's our thing as society to make that uncool. When people do stuff that's stupid, we have to be society that thumbs that down and say you're dumb.
How would you do
thumbs that down in the comment section saying, I don't like that. Don't do that again.
And who started this?
That's what I'm saying.
Who is the first person who did this first?
Okay.
And everybody followed the leader.
Because they dumb. All right.
Wow.
All right. Okay. Now, you always want to know who Charlamagne the God's donkey of the day is.
Of the day.
Okay. First of all, before we leave, y'all, have we been freezing? Because it's been saying that. So maybe that new setting that I have has worked.
We'll see.
Because I haven't seen anything.
Who's on there now? Emerald?
Nobody has said that anything was freezing. So I'm going to assume that it worked out today.
We changed some signals. We changed some settings.
Yeah, let us know, y'all.
Okay.
Okay, so you always want to know who Charlamagne the God's donkey of the day is. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, on the Breakfast Club, the donkey of the day is $1 Million frauder, whatever, found on a dating app while running from the cops.
He trying to pick up a girlfriend?
Swipe flight, they calling him. A wanted man, Wayne Parker, successfully evaded authorities for nearly a year after committing $1 million in fraud.
Ooh.
But then the former Suffolk, England, signed up for a dating app.
I'm like, while I'm on the run, I'm going to try to see if I can get a date.
Cops were shocked to see the convicted criminal Parker created a profile on Match.com.
Oh, wow. Did he make it up?
The 35-year-old scammer was found guilty last October for a whopping $970,000. From whopping was English, so from stealing $970,000 to suppliers. He had failed to appear in court in February for sentencing and was being hunted by police at no avail.
Probably on a date.
Until the one on the lam guy decided to start looking for love. And I was looking for love in all the wrong places, looking for love in too many places, looking for love in fat out places. Something I'm dreaming of. Now that I found something, God rest the day I discovered you and me. We're looking for love. You know how I know that song?
What?
I worked at it was Great America back then. It was Six Flags. Now it's Six Flags. And I worked in Farmers Market. I believe back then it was called Farmers Market.
Okay.
At a French fry place. I was 16.
Andre's Fries.
How you remember that?
I remember. Andre's Fries.
That was back when I was like 16 years old. And when you work at these amusement parks, even in stores, they play the same songs over and over again.
Yeah, you start singing a song.
So they play country music all the time.
Oh, really?
And that song must have rotated at least 6 or 7 times every 30 minutes.
Now, what's my excuse?
why you know that
I
song?
just know it.
Now,
you got an excuse.
That one, that song I know.
Go ahead.
Now, since going on the run, Mr. Parker is known to have been using the Match dating website.
Yep, that's a popular
Match.com.
Match.com.
He has been hiding in cars in a bid. We talked about dating a homeless person. See that? To avoid detection of police.
This is why you don't, what's her name? The comedian girl.
What's Tiffany? Mr. Parker has repeatedly said he would return to Suffolk to face his consequences, but so far he has failed to do so. He knows it's only a matter of time before the law catches up with him, and we would strongly urge him to hand himself in sooner rather than later. The frisky farmer was previously prosecuted for posing a serious risk of tuberculosis, spread of tuberculosis.
Ooh.
He had failed to dispose of farm animal remains appropriately and was found to be moving large quantities of cattle without following the proper process, as well as not keeping adequate records of the cattle. Can you imagine going on a date with him and he got TB? Oh. In February 2020, Parker was handed a 12-week jail sentence, 18-month suspension. He could have did that 12 weeks and been done.
Yes.
He was also ordered to pay $155 victim surcharge along with the cost for trading standards. So he went on Match.com, and that's how they got him.
Somebody went out with him, probably. They found his profile. Wanted.
So Charlemagne the God gives him donkey of the day.
Yes, he is a donkey. And he probably dealt with donkeys too. So
there you
animals,
go.
Wild animals, for him to have TB, that's not good.
So that's his donkey of the day, y'all.
Okay.
All right. Let me see what y'all saying before we go out. Emerald says, my heart, goes out. I love that she said, no buffering. Justice for All said, not freezing today. Good. So maybe that setting worked.
Thank you.
I literally, y'all, went to YouTube and did the same settings as somebody from another country.
Who had problems with their connection.
Who has poor Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
I'm streaming as if I'm in a third world country right now.
Yeah. And I've been there, done that, so I know if you get info from them.
So that means our area is bad over here.
We're like in a third world country.
Yeah, where we at right now. All right, y'all. Emerald says, have a good night, everyone.
Have a good night, everyone.
Don't forget to get our book, 100 Family-Friendly Jokes. We're working on volume 2. We almost done. The link is in the description. And it's also on Amazon. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Always believe.
And that was another
Woods Report.
All right, hold on, y'all. Another Woods Report. See y'all later.